Nicholas's father, Tsar Alexander III, was a very different man to his son and heir. Alexander's nickname was the Colossus. Such was his stature. He was a big, strong, autocratic bear of a man. Nicholas, by contrast, was 5'7", with narrow shoulders and short, stocky legs. Alexander shielded his son and heir from the rigours and responsibilities of being emperor. Nicholas was more than happy to receive this protection.
It was a terrifying thing to be told you were heir to the Russian throne. Virtually everybody, even Nicholas II's giant father, had wept when they learned that they were the heir to the Russian throne, because it was a terrifying poison chalice, and everyone knew that.
Alexander III was someone who, he took on this great role of Tsar that he believed was the most important figure in the kingdom, the head of the entire government. And this was something that he sort of attacked with gusto, in a way. Nicholas believed, like his father, that the Tsar was everything, believed, like his father, that this rule for the Tsar came directly from God. But unlike his father, he was afraid of this. So he did not feel necessarily like he would be up to it. He was worried that this was going to be too great of a burden for him to bear.
It was a mammoth undertaking to become Tsar, and Alexander was, perhaps understandably, reticent to prepare his son for rule. Nicholas the Tsarevich, the heir to the throne, was not allowed to join the Council of State until 1893.
Alexander III didn't include him in enough government. He should have included him in more. To be Tsar of Russia was an extremely difficult job, even for the most able person. You really had to be a genius to be emperor of all the Russias. You had to be a field marshal, a prime minister, a patriarch, a family leader. Nicholas II was no genius.
The Tsar had believed that time was on his side. He still had decades to live, plenty of time for Nicholas to learn slowly. He was wrong. The following year, Alexander III was dead. He was just 49.
Alexander died from inflammation of the kidneys.
Nicholas became Tsar immediately, although his coronation wasn't to happen for 2 years. First, he must marry. So he and Alexandra were wed with much pomp and ceremony here at the Grand Church at the Winter Palace in St. Petersburg, just weeks after Nicholas's father's death.
The passing of the Tsar, the immediate thrusting of Nicholas into Tsardom, and his subsequent marriage meant that this was an incredibly difficult time, not only for Nicholas and for all of Russia, but also for Alexandra.